are back.
In the beginning, there was the Dragon Titan, an immortal being capable of burning an entire world or rekindling a soul's lost spark. From the embers left in its wake, there came the race of dragons who harnessed the power of fire to rule the lands. As fire magic passed to younger races, dragons were pushed out of the fledgling worlds, seeking refuge neath the sleeping form of their ancestor. Their drake offspring formed alliances with roving human clans to rebel against their parents, ultimately establishing the empire of Dragonspire.
That's new. So we're gonna finish up Quinn. And quick, speedy. Gonna tell the headmaster all quick like.
Thank you.
No, I never thought.
And then we're gonna go to the library.
Huh? Ah, it's the headmaster. I was afraid. I want you to introduce yourself to Diego, the Duel Master. He manages the arena. The arena is just inside the entrance to Unicorn Way, on the right. Wizard, I have heard you rescued an assortment of pets from old Judd. Do you still have the one you adopted?
Now, last time, in the first time, he used to just give you this pickle in a box. You never liked that pickle. Is that one you'll see in like the dorm room of the older people?
If so, do make sure to visit Milo Barker in the Pet Pavilion. He can walk you through everything you need to know about raising, training, and improving your pet.
However, that's new.
Speaking of issues concerning Malistaire, one of his favorite
Just
students, a boy named Duncan Grimwater, has been tackling a ghost problem over on Triton Avenue. Can you inquire as to whether he has heard anything from his old professor? We need to know if Malistaire has been contacting former students.
Before we do any of that, again, the library. I ignore the common drama.
You say you are returning a book that someone dropped? You are quite a good sport to take time out of your day to do that. Thank you for doing that. Oh, hang on there. This book does not belong to the library. Inside the cover it states property of Sabrina Greenstar. She probably dropped it on her way to the fairgrounds. You best give it to her yourself.
We'll handle the Carpedium Society later.
What?
Off screen. You've already seen my storm do it.
I need...
We're just gonna be going to Sabrina Greenstar. Also,
Young wizard, can't wait to tell you about my favorite pastime, fishing. Come find me by the water in the commons.
Hello there, dear. I see you've been training hard. Come see me when you can. I have a new spell I would like to teach you.
Ah, you have been asked to enter a dungeon. To go inside, you will need to stand on that sigil next to the door. Once you activate the sigil, a countdown will start. When the timer runs out, anyone standing on the
Alright,
sigil
closing
will
this.
go
Just
inside the dungeon with you.
go the frick away, kids.
You've just collected a reagent. Reagents are used as ingredients in crafting recipes. You can find different reagents throughout the spiral, either by harvesting them, defeating monsters, or purchasing them. Reagents go in your reagent bag, which you can access by selecting the crafting tab in your spellbook, or by pressing J on your keyboard.
Young wizard, please come see me at the library at once. It is a matter most urgent.
Wizard, have you heard about daily PvP rewards? All you need to do to earn free rewards is participate in PvP. Daily! Haha!
I just want to get away from that drama.
Hello again. I need your assistance for a moment. Could you come see me, please?
Greetings, oh wonderful wizard! Our mutual friend, Headmaster Ambrose, would have words with you if you have a moment to spare.
They never changed that. That's an actor. Bernie! Let's go talk to our teacher. Wrong classroom. Also, I have a training point. Let's go spend that before I talk to my teacher. And yep, we're still going down this path.
Well, I'm so glad you want to learn ice magic. To start, you will need a blessing from the giants. Fill this vial with the unnaturally pure water from the pond in the commons, and then take it to the ice tree outside.
She used to be up there.
You are returning the book I left on a bench? I didn't have one with me today. Maybe I lost it last week. Oh, that book. I gave that one to Regina for her to use as research for a science project. She's just inside Gollum Court if you want to give it back to her.
That's the old wonderful voice line. Yep. We're still in the middle of helping Regina.
book on a bench? What book?
Her eyes get big when you hand her the book.
Oh, yes! This has all the notes I was taking on my science project. I'm sure glad you found this. It was a lot of work for me. Thank you ever so much.
Next is...
You fill the flask with pure water from the pond.
Our tree is Calvin, get over it!
So, you seek the blessing of the giants. Let me see this vial of water.
You hold up the flask of pure water. Kelvin freezes the water into a crystalline shard of ice.
There. This is a flawless ice shard. As hard as a diamond and as cold as the north wind.
Kelvin teaches you the words of power.
Say these words as you hurl your offering from Elix's Edge, the cliff in the shopping district.
Here she is.
Hi again. I got all those pets safely back to the pavilion, but now I've got another problem. My enrollment application is missing. I came here all the way from Marleybone to study under the great necromancer Malistaire Drake, who's apparently evil now, and they lost my forms.
These are your voice lines.
The headmaster's office is packed to the brim with students, and I don't know what to do. Do you know if there's a registrar we could talk to?
What brings you by, Wizard? A registration form for Penny Dreadful? I'm afraid I don't see it here, which means either she didn't submit one, or it has been moved to the Archivium Malatorium, where it is guarded by the Mad Wraith. We care about protecting personal information. Or it's on Headmaster Ambrose's desk and he just hasn't gotten to all his paperwork this week. Check with him before trying anything else.
This just lets me avoid all that.
Penny Dreadful? Of the Marleybone Dreadfuls? Why, I taught her adopted parents. Wonderful students. Now, let me find her application.
New voice lines again.
Let's see. Papers to grade, budgetary proposals. Oh, a live frog. Duncan Grimwater's Ode to Malistaire, verses 1 to 5. Here we go. Stamped and approved. But I'm afraid this delay has left her rather behind in her coursework. After the fall of the Death School, I moved the students to independent studies. Take this assignment to Penny. Oh, perhaps you can help her catch up.
My application? Oh, thank you. And independent study, huh? I just enrolled and I've already got homework. But if you're willing to help me, maybe we can get this done real quick. It can't be any harder than fighting a zombie, right? Let's see. The assignment is called Battle Tactics of the Undead. Guess we'll be fighting all the zombies.
These are your voice
Normally, it
lines.
says we'd be granted access to the sealed caves. But, that ship has sailed. The undead are everywhere now. I think the best way to do this is for both of us to fight everything on this list and compare notes. We'll have more reliable observations that way. Fight lost souls, skeletal pirates, rotting fodder, and field guards, and then meet me back here.
This quest has multiple simultaneous objectives. You
Good
can
lord.
see them all by... Use these arrow keys to select the objective you wish to complete first, and the quest arrow will point you to it.
Finally.
Hello, Wizard. I'm Lucky Hookline, famous fisher and Pisces collector. You might have heard about the 60-inch whopper I caught.
These are new voice lines.
No? Well, let me tell you, fishing is a terrific hobby, and you won't find a more relaxing pastime, If you like, I can teach you how to cast for fish. Magically, of course. Then you can catch your own whoppers. First off, you gotta be in an area of the spiral populated with fish. You'll know you are when the fishing icon appears. Clicking the fishing icon button displays your fishing spells. Fishing is a magical activity in the spiral, you know. Your fishing spells consist of fish catching spells and fishing utility spells. Click on a fish catching spell if you don't like where your lure lands. Click on a fish catching spell to cast a magical lure. You want it to land in front of a fish so they notice it. If you don't like where your lure lands, click the cancel spell button to quickly recast the spell. When the magical lure flashes, that means a fish has noticed it and is coming closer to take a nibble. As it nibbles, the lure will rise and fall a bit. The trick is to wait until the lure completely sinks. Then you reel. As it nibbles, the lure will rise and fall a bit. The trick is to wait until the lure completely sinks below the water. Then you reel them in. Timing is crucial, so be sure to hit the space bar quickly to invoke the fish catching spell properly. And so are your spells. Every fish has a magical school type, and fish are more attracted to lures from their same school. When you use a lure correctly, your magic will snare the fish and float it back to you, alright? You'll see the name and size of every fish you catch. Small fries are the tiniest ones, while what fish are stars. You'll see the name and size of every fish you catch. Small
I'm
fries
sorry
are
about
the
this.
tiniest ones, while
If you
whoppers
accept
are the biggest.
space bar while trying to,
Fish are
control
stored in
the
your fish
chat.
basket. The angler's tome has a record of all the fish you ever caught. Click on it to open it. The angler's tome will tell you how many of each type you've caught, along with the smallest and largest sizes. Another important tip to know is that every fish you come across responds only to your presence, no matter what. So don't worry about competition, or that other wizards will scare away the fish. You're the only one who can do that. Now that I've explained the basics of our magical fishing, let me give you the Lesser Frost Lure. It's a good basic lure spell. Go to the water behind old Zeke over there and use the Lesser Frost Lure to catch a frost decoy and an ice cuda.
I will fish on a less populated area.
Greetings. My name is Diego Santiago Coriques Ramirez III, champion duelist.
The duel master bows with a great flourish of his cape.
The arena is a wondrous place. Students come here to hone their skills with magic, practice against others, and gain endless glory and fame. To try your hand against your classmates, enter the arena and step into the duel circle. If you train well, perhaps you can develop skills to rival even the great Malister, yes? What a duelist he was! He's the only person I would not want to duel in a real fight. Luckily, we only sparred for practice. Speaking of Malister, did you know that he and Cyrus are twin brothers? I wouldn't be surprised if Cyrus was helping Malister with all this maze in Wizard City. You should tell Ambrose to keep an eye on Cyrus.
have to actually do a part 2. And I've got something coming up. Convenient. Oh. Oh, that moon thing ain't up anymore, okay. Because I didn't get a +1. All the gold balls. We can do this first. Rather, we'll do that first because I know it's going to be quick. Okay. Let's fly through here as fast as possible.
Diego thinks that Cyrus is helping Malistaire cause all this trouble on Wizard City, eh? Oh, Diego shouldn't be spreading foolish rumors. Cyrus is a good professor. I trust him completely. I'm sure you heard that Malistaire Drake used to teach at the Death School. He was once one of our best professors, very powerful and compassionate. He loved discovering secrets of power. The only thing he loved more than power was his wife, Sylvia. May she rest in peace. If only she was still with us, things might be different. But even death cannot be undone.
Alright, I'll run us to the Pavilion as fast as humanly possible. And this is where we're going to end it here. You'll learn about it later. See you next time.